The movie opens with a gripping scene involving Lee Young-ho, a North Korean intelligence agent. Young-ho has just finished a secret operation in South Korea, but his return is cut short. As he makes his way home, he finds himself encircled by South Korean police. Cornered and seemingly resigned to his fate, Young-ho shows no resistance and appears ready to surrender. However, in a sudden and tragic twist, he is fatally shot by the police, who interpret his behavior as suspicious. The film then shifts to a grim prison setting, focusing on siblings Myung-hoon and Hae-in, who are enduring harsh conditions behind bars. Myung-hoon, only 19 years old, is soon summoned by Colonel Moon Sang-chul. Colonel Moon offers Myung-hoon a harrowing choice: freedom for both him and his sister in exchange for Myung-hoon becoming a North Korean intelligence agent. Faced with this ultimatum, Myung-hoon accepts the proposition. 2 years pass. A secret agent known as Big Dipper from North Korean Unit 35 is tasked with a ruthless mission. He must eliminate all agents from Unit 8 due to internal government factionalism and power struggles within the North Korean regime. Meanwhile, Myung-hoon, now an operative himself, is sent to South Korea to execute his mission. He is adopted by a couple who are covert North Korean spies. To blend in seamlessly, Myung-hoon assumes a new identity, Kang Dae-ho, and enrolls in a nearby high school. On his first day at school, Dae-ho introduces himself to the class and takes a seat next to Lee Hae-in when a group of delinquent students approach Dae-ho and Hae-in during recess, intending to bully Hae-in. His encounter with the group begins with one of them attempting a false gesture of friendship by placing an arm around Dae-ho's shoulder. Dae-ho forcefully brushes off the arm. This rejection provokes the bullies, who threaten Dae-ho and summon him to the school's rooftop. On the rooftop, the group of bullies attempt to intimidate Dae-ho, demanding his money. Dae-ho, skilled in combat due to his training as a North Korean agent, tries to restrain himself from fighting back. The situation escalates when one of the bullies finds a photograph of Dae-ho's family, prompting a protective response from Dae-ho, who quickly secures the photo in his pocket. The confrontation is interrupted when a teacher arrives on the rooftop, causing the bullies to scatter and leaving Dae-ho unharmed. Back at his residence, Dae-ho receives a package containing a cell phone, which soon rings with orders from Colonel Moon, his handler in North Korea. Colonel Moon instructs Dae-ho to assassinate Big Dipper, another North Korean agent. As part of his mission, Dae-ho visits a pharmacy and a pastry shop, both run by fellow North Korean agents. He receives a concealed gun in a cake from the pastry shop owner, equipping him for his task. Dae-ho's mission leads him to confront a man associated with Big Dipper, who refuses to divulge any information. Left with no choice, Dae-ho eliminates the man. Searching through the man's belongings, Dae-ho discovers the address of a butcher shop that the man frequented. At the butcher shop, Dae-ho receives Big Dipper's license plate number, but the encounter turns violent when the butcher attacks him. Dae-ho is forced to defend himself and ultimately kills the butcher. Dae-ho then locates and begins tailing Big Dipper's car. However, the driver becomes aware of being followed and speeds away, resulting in a car crash. The commotion attracts public attention, forcing Dae-ho to quickly leave the scene to avoid detection. The following day at school, Dae-ho encounters the delinquent students bullying Hae-in, the quiet girl from his class, in the chemistry lab. The students try to take money from Hae-in, and during the struggle, her shirt is accidentally torn, exposing her underwear. Witnessing this, Dae-ho intervenes, using his combat skills to overpower the bullies and protect Hae-in. In a gesture of decency, Dae-ho lends Hae-in his shirt. The day after the bullying incident at school, Hae-in is notably absent, and Dae-ho, concerned about her well-being, decides to find out where she lives. He approaches the delinquent students who had previously targeted her. They reluctantly provide him with Hae-in's workplace address. When Dae-ho arrives at the location, he is informed by one of Hae-in's co-workers that she quit her job the previous day and also decided to leave school. Hae-in meets Dae-ho and returns the shirt he had lent her. During this meeting, Hae-in asks Dae-ho for a favor, to pretend to be her brother so she can secure a well-paying job. Dae-ho readily agrees to help her. Hae-in opens up about her life, revealing that she lives alone and has been self-reliant since her parents' death. Dae-ho is moved by her story, feeling a sense of kinship as his own situation is similarly challenging. Meanwhile, the plot thickens as Big Dipper, another North Korean agent, discovers Dae-ho's true identity and locates his residence. In a ruthless attack, Big Dipper murders Daeho's adoptive parents and ransacks the house. When Daeho returns home, he is horrified to find his adoptive parents dead and Big Dipper waiting for him. A fierce and intense battle ensues between the two skilled agents. Ultimately, Daeho manages to overpower and kill Big Dipper. After the deadly encounter, Daeho sets fire to his house, burning it along with the bodies of his adoptive parents and Big Dipper, erasing any evidence of their existence. Believing his mission is complete with Big Dipper's death, Daeho heads to a tavern owned by an elderly and undercover agent woman. However, before he can relax, Daeho collapses unconscious. The next day, South Korean intelligence agent Young Min investigates the burned-down house. Jung Min discovers a school attribute on Daeho's uniform among the remains, leading him to uncover Daeho's real identity as Lee Myung-hoon, a North Korean spy. Back at the tavern, the old woman takes care of the unconscious Daeho, serving him food when he wakes up. Daeho shares his family history with her, and upon seeing a photo of his family, the woman realizes that he is the son of Lee Young-ho. While at the tavern, Daeho receives a package containing a cell phone, a sign that his mission in South Korea is far from over. Soon after, Daeho receives a crucial call on the cell phone provided by Colonel Moon, who outlines a final mission for Daeho before he can return to North Korea and secure his younger sister's freedom. Colonel Moon commands Daeho to retrieve a valuable diamond, confiscated by Big Dipper and his associates. To ensure Daeho's compliance, Colonel Moon sends a video of Hye-in smiling, reinforcing Daeho's resolve to complete the mission swiftly. Daeho wastes no time and heads to a building believed to be the diamond's location. There, he overpowers everyone present and successfully seizes the diamond. That evening, he returns to the tavern to bid farewell to the old woman who has been his ally since his return to South Korea. He also makes time to visit Hye-in, expressing his gratitude and saying goodbye before departing for the port. While waiting for the ship that will take him back to North Korea, Daeho is attacked by a man who declares that no agent ever returns home. Despite being stabbed, Daeho manages to defend himself and kills the assailant. Simultaneously, South Korean intelligence forces succeed in apprehending a group of North Korean spies posing as local residents, including those from Unit 8 and the old woman who ran the tavern. Daeho, witnessing the police shoot and kill the old woman during the operation, is left heartbroken and in despair. Seeking refuge, Daeho goes to Hye-in's house, where she compassionately tends to his injuries. While Daeho rests, Hye-in learns about his true identity as a North Korean spy from a news broadcast. Despite this revelation, she chooses not to report Daeho to the authorities, grateful for his previous help. Later, Jung Min, a South Korean intelligence agent, visits Hye-in, inquiring about Daeho. Hye-in, protective of Daeho, denies any recent contact with him and receives Jung Min's business card in case she learns anything further. In a dramatic turn, Colonel Moon arrives in South Korea with Daeho's younger sister. Suspecting that Daeho has defected, he contacts Daeho, demanding the diamond in exchange for his sister's freedom. Hye-in overhears this conversation and, worried for Daeho's safety, informs Jung Min of the situation. Daeho's confrontation with Colonel Moon takes place in a parking building. He sees his sister tied up in a car and presents Colonel Moon with the diamonds. However, the exchange is disrupted by an assassination attempt on Daeho, thwarted by South Korean intelligence agents. A fierce shootout ensues. Colonel Moon attempts to flee with Hye-in, but the police quickly surround the area. In the chaos, Colonel Moon escapes, and Hye-in is detained by the police. Daeho, witnessing these events from afar, escapes to avoid capture by the authorities. The tension escalates when one of Colonel Moon's operatives assassinates a South Korean intelligence agent and abducts Hye-in. Responding to this crisis, Colonel Moon contacts Daeho and threatens to kill Hye-in unless Daeho surrenders the diamonds. Daeho, driven by desperation and a sense of duty to protect Hye-in, reaches out to Jung Min, a South Korean intelligence agent. He promises to surrender to the authorities once he resolves the situation, pleading with Jung Min to allow him to speak to his younger sister one last time. Hearing his sister's voice brings Daeho a moment of solace amidst the turmoil. Daeho arrives at the pre-arranged meeting location. He presents the diamond to Colonel Moon, but his intentions are far from compliant. In a bold move, Daeho throws the diamond aside and opens fire on Colonel Moon's men. Amidst the chaos, he manages to rescue Hye-in and sets off a bomb he had prepared earlier, intending to eliminate Colonel Moon and his henchmen. As Daeho and Hye-in attempt to escape, one of Colonel Moon's men, still alive, launches an attack on Daeho. Daeho urges Hye-in to flee to safety. Meanwhile, Colonel Moon re-emerges to confront Daeho. The confrontation is interrupted by the timely arrival of Jung Min, leading to another intense shootout. Daeho succeeds in killing Colonel Moon, but sustains a critical gunshot wound. Jungmin and Hye-in rush to Daeho's aid, attempting to transport him to the hospital. Tragically, Daeho passes away in Hye-in's arms. The film concludes with an emotional scene of Hye-in walking alongside Daeho's younger sister. Hye-in, honoring Daeho's final wish, commits to protecting his sister. The movie opens with the story of Woo-ki, a shy and introverted high school student who feels like an outcast in his life. Resigned to his fate, Woo-ki believes his existence is meant to be forgotten, similar to everything else in the world that fades with time. He lives with his mother in a quiet province, far from the bustling city center. On one such day, he encounters a group of his classmates engaged in a mobile game. When one of them loses the game, they take out their frustration on Woo-ki, forcing him to run errands and humiliating him in front of other students. As he rushes to fulfill the errand, his nose bleeds under the pressure and humiliation. Upon returning to school, he finds the classroom filled with students and the teacher, who announces that Woo-ki will be transferring to a different school. The announcement takes everyone by surprise. In a bold move, Woo-ki confronts his bullies, poking their faces with the snacks he was forced to buy, before bidding farewell to his classmates. A new chapter begins when Woo-ki and his mother move to Seoul. Despite the change in scenery, Woo-ki's manner remains subdued. On their way to their new home, Woo-ki's mother introduces him to Yoon-jin, the landlord's daughter, who shares a similarly timid nature. Woo-ki greets her before proceeding to move his belongings into their new home. In Seoul, Woo-ki's mother enrolls him in a night study class. On his first day, as he is about to take the elevator, he encounters Hae-jin, a beautiful girl wearing the same school uniform as him. Overwhelmed by his feelings, Woo-ki boldly approaches her, ignoring Won-ho, a charismatic student standing beside her. Hae-jin, intrigued by Woo-ki's unusual courage among their peers, responds to his greeting. However, the encounter quickly turns tense when Doochi, Won-ho's sidekick, who acts as his protector and errand runner, starts bullying Woo-ki for following them around. Won-ho escalates the situation by demanding Woo-ki buy snacks for him, heightening the tension of their first meeting. Following his encounter with the beautiful Hae-jin, Woo-ki finds himself distracted at home, lost in thoughts about the girl he had just met. His moment of daydreaming is abruptly interrupted when his mother bursts into his room without knocking, startling him. Seizing the opportunity, Woo-ki requests his mother to purchase a designer jacket he's been eyeing online. Although the jacket is expensive, his mother agrees to buy it for him. She wants to show her support, especially since Woo-ki rarely asks for anything. Woo-ki wears his stylish jacket and heads to school, hoping to make an impression. On the way, he encounters Sung-chul, a fellow student known for extorting pocket money from others. Sung-chul initially attempts to bully Woo-ki for money, but hesitates upon noticing that Woo-ki is wearing the same jacket as him. Frustrated, Sung-chul suspects Woo-ki of wearing a fake one, only to realize moments later that they both have been deceived by the same online seller. Determined to confront the seller, Woo-ki and Sung-chul travel to the address of the company they believe has fooled them. Upon arriving, they call out the owner. However, their bold intentions quickly dissolve into fearful complaints when they face the owner, Kim Nam. Kim Nam, who deals in fake branded clothing, imparts an unexpected lesson to the boys. He asserts that true style doesn't come from brand tags, but from the dopeness within an individual. To demonstrate his point, Kim Nam confidently strides through Seoul's night market, wearing Woo-ki's fake jacket. His self-assured manner and elegant style attract considerable attention from the market goers, making him appear almost like a celebrity. This display of confidence and charisma deeply impresses Woo-ki and Sung-chul, who then eagerly ask Kim Nam to hire them as part-timers at his small fashion company. They express a keen interest in learning more about fashion from him. Recognizing potential in Woo-ki's passion for fashion, Kim Nam agrees to take them under his wing. He dedicates his time to teaching them the basics of style and fashion, capturing their photos like models and preparing them for bigger things in the world of fashion. Under Kim Nam's mentorship, Woo-ki and Sung-chul embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation, learning that true style is an expression of one's inner self rather than just the external appearance. Soon after, a special day is organized at Woo-ki's school, allowing students to express their passions and personalities through fashion. The event is a platform for the students to showcase their unique styles, and the atmosphere is charged with excitement and anticipation. As expected, several students stand out with their impressive fashion choices, drawing cheers and admiration from their peers. However, the spotlight shifts unexpectedly when Woo-ki makes his entrance. Dressed in a stunningly fashionable outfit, Woo-ki captivates everyone in the hall, including the school's most sought-after girl, Hai-jin. His transformation from a timid and overlooked student to a fashion-forward individual leaves everyone, including Hai-jin, thoroughly impressed. Later that day, Woo-ki receives a message directing him to the school's gym. Puzzled about who could be seeking him out, he heads there and is surprised to find Hai-jin waiting for him. She extends an exclusive invitation to her birthday party, a gathering where no other male student, not even her close friend Won-ho, is invited. Hai-jin goes a step further by giving Woo-ki her phone number, an unexpected gesture that leaves him overjoyed. Excited, Woo-ki heads home, accompanied by Yoonji, the landlord's daughter, who is also considered an outcast at school. Yoonji attempts to engage in conversation, revealing her growing affection for Woo-ki. However, Woo-ki, preoccupied with thoughts of Hai-jin and his newfound popularity, barely notices Yoonji's advances. Absorbed in his excitement, he asks Yoonji what gift a girl might like for her birthday, but rushes off before she can answer, eager to contemplate the perfect present for Hai-jin. At Hai-jin's birthday party, Woo-ki becomes the life of the party, charming the guests with his music selection. As the evening comes to a close, Hai-jin affectionately kisses Woo-ki on the cheek, leaving him exhilarated and feeling like he's on cloud 9. This moment of bliss is interrupted when Won-ho arrives unexpectedly. He had tried to contact Hai-jin earlier without success, and is visibly surprised to see Woo-ki with her. Won-ho confronts Hai-jin about her whereabouts and indirectly accuses Woo-ki of coming between them. After a tense exchange, Won-ho departs, leaving a gift in Hai-jin's hands. The plot reaches an exciting point at the school's sports festival, where Woo-ki and his rival, Won-ho, unexpectedly transform a simple race into a fashion showdown. Their unique approach to the competition, however, earns them a critics and punishment from the PE teacher. Won-ho, harboring aspirations of proving himself to his affluent father, has developed an interest in modeling. He views Woo-ki's rising popularity and influence at school as a threat to his own status and the attention he receives, particularly from his romantic interest. Won-ho's insecurity intensifies when he discovers that Woo-ki and his friend Sung-chul have been wearing fake designer clothes. Seizing this information, Won-ho feels a sense of superiority and reports the company where Woo-ki works part-time. Consequently, the company owner, Kim Nam, is arrested for selling fake branded clothes. After being released on bail, Kim Nam is brutally assaulted by Won-ho's henchman, Do-chi, landing him in the emergency room. In a spiteful move to undermine Woo-ki, Won-ho releases embarrassing videos from Woo-ki's past, causing them to spread throughout the school. The students react with disrespect and ridicule, isolating Woo-ki and turning him into an outcast. Even Hai-ji, who was close to Woo-ki during his fashionable ascent, confronts him with dislike and disinterest. The only person who remains by Woo-ki's side is Yoonji, who empathizes with his plight and shares in the harsh treatment from their peers. Feeling defeated and longing to escape the negativity, Woo-ki decides to move back to Busan. However, inspired by the encouraging words of his friend Sung-chul and mentor Kim Nam, he chooses to stay and enters a prestigious fashion competition that draws participants from across Asia. Won-ho, also a contender in the competition, is considered a favorite to win. The competition's semi-final round challenges participants to select and model a suit outfit within a limited time frame. Kim Nam, concerned about Woo-ki's inexperience with suits, watches anxiously from behind a glass partition. Although unable to communicate effectively with Woo-ki, Kim Nam ultimately resigns himself to the likelihood of Woo-ki's failure and prepares to leave with Sung-chul. Contrary to expectations, when Woo-ki takes the stage, his unique choice of suit impresses the judges, earning him a spot in the quarterfinals. The unexpected turn of events brings immense joy to Kim Nam and Sung-chul. The unfolding competition sets the stage for an intense showdown between Woo-ki and Won-ho, with both fighting for not only the title, but also validation in their personal quests for recognition and self-worth. After witnessing Woo-ki's success and personal growth, Hai-ji visits him in his village, confessing her love in what seems to be a superficial change of heart. However, Woo-ki, having moved past her after her earlier betrayal, politely dismisses her advances. During this period of change, Yoonji, who had previously been an outcast like Woo-ki, emerges as a confident and beautiful young woman. With the guidance of Kim Nam, she has blossomed, and her transformation leaves Woo-ki speechless. Together, they join Kim Nam and Sung-chul to celebrate Woo-ki's success in the fashion competition and Yoonji's college admission. The next fashion competition competition challenges participants to design an outfit for a date to complement a girl's fancy red dress. Kim Nam, lacking experience in dating, feels he can't offer much help. Woo Ki, initially worried, stands on his balcony contemplating the dress. Yoonji arrives, encouraging him and suggesting that he should try to complete the woman's heart with his creativity. As the competition day arrives, the contestants unveil their designs. Won-ho impresses with a luxurious and flamboyant concept, while Woo Ki surprises everyone with a creative and unconventional approach, tearing the girl's dress to match his own style. This bold move secures him a place in the finals alongside Won-ho. The competition takes a darker turn when Won-ho, feeling threatened by Woo Ki's talents, attempts to sabotage him. He sends a threatening message to Woo Ki's mother, along with videos of Woo Ki's past humiliations, in an effort to make him forfeit the competition. An emotional conversation with his mother strengthens Woo Ki's resolve, and he decides to confront the challenges head-on. On the final day of the competition, Woo Ki is delayed by an accident and a brutal attack by Won-ho's henchmen. Despite his injuries and disheveled appearance, he perseveres. With support from Kim Nam, who reminds him of the importance of inner confidence, or dopeness, Woo Ki makes a dramatic entrance onto the stage. In the film's climax, Won-ho, overcome with shame and fear, gives Yuo the spotlight to Woo Ki. Though battered and bruised, Woo Ki exudes a newfound sense of style and confidence. The outcome of the competition remains ambiguous, but the real victory lies in Woo Ki's personal transformation. He embraces a new philosophy of resilience and determination, vowing never to give up as long as he lives. The movie concludes with Woo Ki's newfound mindset, symbolizing his journey from a timid outcast to a fashion icon with an unbreakable spirit.